Hey folks, it's Ken. How you guys doing? Welcome to my garage. I know this jack-o'-lantern here doesn't look like much now, but we're done with it. It's gonna look pretty cool, pretty spooky. Okay, I'm a big fan of Halloween. I love jack-o'-lanterns, but I just can't get over carving up one of those plastic jack-o'-lanterns and being done with it at that. Gotta add some texture. Want to add some different colors, some more just spookiness to it. I want to add another element of Halloween-ness, Halloween horror to it. So that's kind of why I'm here. I am starting with one of these plastic pumpkins. I picked it up at a local craft store and took my X-Acto knife here and just carved it out any kind of shape you like. Got some scary teeth and some spooky eyes. Then, when I'm all done with that, I took this adhesive, this spray can adhesive, and I coated the entire thing with the adhesive. Took some cotton balls, these guys here. Okay, you can unravel those into strips, which is what I've done. Okay, once the adhesive is applied, I just simply lay the cotton ball strips over the raised part of the jack-o'-lantern, or rather of the pumpkin jack-o'-lantern, to kind of give it some bulk. That's the whole plan of this, is to give it some bulk, give it some flesh, make it a little more textured, a lot more interesting to look at. And now I'm ready for the next part, which is this liquid rubber latex. Now in the past, I've applied the layer of liquid latex with brushes. I've used foam brushes. They don't work very well, at least not for me. I've tried nylon brushes and they don't work as well. They'll work to a certain degree, but the latex dries so quickly on those brushes, it ends up destroying the brushes for me. So I've wasted a lot of brushes, a lot of good brushes on this. So I'm just going to go back to what I have already on me, and that's my fingers. So I'm going to dip my fingertips into the liquid latex, and using my fingertips, I'm just going to smooth out a layer of latex over this entire pumpkin all the way around. Then when it's all dry, it'll have a texture. Look, I have one I've already done rather. This guy I did earlier, he's only a half a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern rather. So we are going to add a fun stem when we're all said and done. But as you can see, it does add a cool texture to it, which I like. Then we'll add a fun painting technique when we're all done to finish it up, okay? So I'm going to let you guys go for just a second while I get my fingers dirty in here and add some latex to all of this, and I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Alright, we are back. Check them out. All nice and dry, ready to go, ready for the next step. One thing I really enjoy about using my fingers when sculpting all of this is that you can get in there and really add some neat details to the teeth. I like the way all this came out up here. That came out really cool. I think I'll keep that. So another next step is a stem. Okay, I don't like that little tiny stubby stem, so I went out and bought these plaster bandages right here. Okay, they come already pre-soaked or preset with plaster, so you just have to put them in some water and rehydrate them. I'm going to do my best to sit here and sculpt a really cool detailed stem at the top, and then everything gets painted black. Speaking of painted, I took this metallic spray paint bronze and I painted all of the inside. So when I put a candle in there or some lights, it'll add some reflectiveness to the inside of it. So painted the inside bronze. He's dry, ready to go. I'm going to do a stem and paint everything black. One thing I want to add real quick. I'm going to add, if you have plastic wrap, that'll work, but I'm going to use a plastic bag and cover the whole thing with plastic. Because what I'm going to do after this stem completely dries, I'm going to take it back off of the jack-o'-lantern and paint the stem separately than the pumpkin. Then when I reapply the stem, it'll have its color, and I can take my time and detail it how I want to. So not worrying about getting any green paint on my pumpkin or orange on the stem. I can just paint it, make it look cool, and reapply it when it's done. So plastic is going to go on top of the pumpkin, and a stem coming up now. Check it out. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention earlier, I took some newspaper right here, a little bit of newspaper, wrapped it up ahead of time, twisted it up to kind of give something for the plaster bandages to hang on to. Here's my stem, here's my plastic. What's nice is that once it dries completely, And it doesn't take long. These plaster bandages dry very, very quickly, and that also reminds me to work quickly with them because they seize up and they harden very, very fast. So you have to work quickly, kind of have an idea of what you're working with or what you want to do with it. And when it's done, it just pops off. Check it out. There's my stem. All set for painting. And what's cool is that I can take out this, and once this guy is completely detailed and how I like them, which is the next step, the stem will be painted separately, and I can just reapply the stem here with some hot glue, and all slowly but surely coming together. So next step, I got my black spray paint. Everything gets a coat of black paint, and then give it some color, make it look cool. That's what's coming up right now. That's happening right now. Stay tuned. Alright, my stem is done, painted black. So is the pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern rather, painted black. Now, the painting, which to me is the easiest part, I just have a nice flat brush right here, filled with paint. I don't want it too gloopy. I don't want it to go on thick and gloopy and drippy. I just want a full brush, lots of paint, and I'm simply going to take the brush and put a layer of paint on the surface of it. I don't want to get in all those little crevices in here where all the details. I want all that to be nice and dark still remaining. So I'm just going to put a layer of orange on the surface of it, and I'll come back and show you what it all looks like. Hang tight. There you go, folks. All that's left is put on the stem. If I can find out where it goes. I think it's going to be like, malfunction. Hold on a second. Alright, so giving him one more quick look around, making sure no big blobs of paint are remaining. I want a nice even coat. One of the tricky things about this process is you want to go vertical with your paint strokes to keep in the lines, the contour lines of the pumpkin itself, but then you don't want to fill in too much of the little crevices, so sometimes you have to go back and forth, do some zigzag, do some horizontal lines, brush strokes rather, and then vertical brush strokes. Just kind of see what works for you. So just doing one final look. Tomorrow when it dries completely, I will glue this down with a hot glue gun and make it nice and permanent. Of course, the inside is painted with a nice bronze. I might go back and retouch that up again. Some of it may get covered when I colored it black rather. Then put a battery operated light inside of this guy, and get ready for Halloween. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for watching my DIY video. Please, if you're a fan of Halloween and making Halloween props like this guy or the guy behind me, that was a fun little ghost I made while I was waiting for this guy here to dry. It was nothing more than cheesecloth and liquid spray starch and some fun little paint. So if you're a fan of Halloween and doing DIY stuff at your home and you see something you like, let me know. Leave some comments down below. Okay, like my video if you like it. Share it if you want to share it. If maybe you've done something similar to this and you're thinking, gosh, Ken, I've seen that done before, but here's another way to do it. Here's the way I do it. I'd love to hear what you have to say. This whole thing is all about, the process is about sharing ideas and the love of Halloween and haunts and tricks and treats. And I'll see you guys hopefully sometime real soon for another DIY video. Thanks again. See ya. Bye.